to get it going? Big time game.
Yes, sir, we do. I mean, we definitely know the task that's at hand going up to compete with West V, so we're all looking forward to it.
This game gets chippy every year, it seems like, between you two. What is it about these two schools that interact and bring out the chippiness?
I don't know. I mean, I always feel like I know last year it's always somebody in pregame that we're always butting heads with or just doing that little taunting or whatever before the game. So, I mean, this year I feel like both teams have a lot on the line. So, I know it's going to be a physical matchup.
You know, Kansas was able to run the ball. Most teams don't against Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
What was the difference in that game than, you know, in the previous games?
I mean, like kind of like I touched on kind of after the game. I mean, it was just a lot of the time we were in the right position, but we just didn't make some of the plays that we've been making in the run game for the past few weeks. So basically with West Virginia, it's just focusing on what we need to do to make those plays. So a 5-yard gain doesn't turn into a touchdown.
And West Virginia presents a different type of offense, right? They're more of a throwing game, even though they do run it, but you've got to handle the Heisman Trophy type quarterback and receivers and things like that. Talk about that matchup.
For sure. I mean, we know going in that West V is definitely going to air the ball out with their talented receivers. But at the same time, I mean, you just have to go into the game planning for everything. I mean, we got to be ready for the run. We got to be ready for the pass game. So just going into it, we're trying to make sure we have all the right schemes and all the right alignments so that we can go in there and compete.
Does this game being on a Friday change anything for you guys? Short week.
No, I wouldn't say it changes anything. I mean, it's just we just got to be a little bit more focused, quicker. But I mean, I think so far, I mean, we've done a great job just adjusting to the tight schedule and getting prepared for them.
What was that tight schedule like? You just jump back into a regular Monday practice yesterday and go from there? Or?
Yeah, I mean, it's always different playing a physical game and then having to wake up and practice the next day. But, I mean, like I said, we all know what's at stake here, and we all know what we have to do to come out on top in this game. So I think everybody woke up yesterday with the right attitude and came focused and ready to go to practice.
Has there been a lot more intensity this week, just knowing what's on the line?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's also important that we don't change just the way we go about practice, because sometimes when you get too worked up over something and then you get there and you just start, you're not yourself. So I think there is an added intensity, but at the same time, we got to make sure we do what we do. So
I assume, Robert, that you have confidence that this defense can play better than it has the last couple weeks. What is it that gives you that confidence here going into the last game or two of the season?
I mean, for me, I know the guys I'm playing with. I mean, I've grinded with these guys all summer, all fall camp and all that. So I'm very confident that when we step out there, it's going to be more physical. We're going to make those plays. I mean, I have the utmost confidence that me included, everybody on that field will do their job and we'll come out on top in this game. And the defense will play a lot better.
It feels like you guys come out pretty hyped up.
Mm-hmm.
Something negative happens, then it just snowballs. Do you notice a dip during the game itself in the confidence level?
I mean, I would say that isn't the case, just because, I mean, being on the sideline, when something negative does happen, I think we do a pretty good job in rallying around those guys that maybe it happened to, or something we weren't on the same page or whatever. So I think that we actually, I mean, we have that mindset, just forget it and drive on. So it's continuously the next play type mindset. So.
Do you all kind of feel like, was there ever like a coming to like the Jesus moment for y'all where, like, I guess the leaders stepped up and just kind of had a meeting and just kind of talked to some of the younger guys like, look, this is who we are, we're not that type deal?
Well, I mean, if we have to, I've always believed that if you have to have a come to Jesus meeting, then it's a problem. And I think everybody knows that this isn't how we want to play. This isn't the defense that we want to put out there. So I think for sure the leaders in practice have to, I mean, we're starting to step up. I mean, there's no missed tackles, there's no loafing, there's no doing some of the things that we're seeing on game day. But I think for the most part, from older guys to younger guys, we all have that same mindset. Like, we came here to change this defense. We came here for a reason, and we're not going to leave here until that happens.
Robert, if those things aren't happening in practice, can you put your finger on why they happen in games? Like what changes on game day?
I mean, there's a lot that goes into to game day. I couldn't really sit here and tell you a for sure answer of why some of those things happen. I just think that all we can do is change. We can't go back and change what happened in the past. All we can do is continue to work on all those fundamental things and be great on Friday against West V.
Do you have a favorite Thanksgiving food?
Whatever my mama cooks. She's the best cook in the world. I stand on that.
Robert, thanks, man. That was
Thank
real
you.
good.